Well, hey everybody, this is RC Mechanic. Actually, it's not. It's RC Mechanic Garage now. Why? Well, because there's no telling what I'm going to be working on, and it may be RCs one day, maybe something like this. Something like this is a 2006 Polaris Sportsman, and it's all-wheel drive. It don't run. So what we're going to do here in this video is we're going to see if we can get it to run. Maybe not this video, but we're going to see if we can find out why it don't run. I bought this from a man in Arkansas, and I did hear it fire. He said that he did get it running at one point. It was a kill switch on the left side of the handlebars, but it needs a little bit of work. Let's take a look around it and see what we have to do. So what we got is this. We got 4-ball tires, basically. Don't fear, I got some new ones over there, or newer ones over there. Most of the panels are here. This panel is here for this. I don't have it on right now. It does need a new seat, and probably a few other things. Alright, so the throttle cable sticks. Right now I was messing with it and it still hasn't returned. Don't know if it's the cable or if it's the throttle body itself, which is right down in there. Okay, so I have not worked on one of these before. I've worked on the older ones. I haven't worked on one of these. Let's go ahead and take this seat off. See what we got. Alright, I took the battery out already. It sits right here. Here's where the air filter goes. And that is a little on the scary side, because there is not one. And by the looks of that air box, who knows what could have got sucked up into that engine. Alright, so the battery was dead when I got it. We tried to jump it from my truck. Did get it to fire a couple times, but since this is fuel injected, it does need voltage to the ECM. That's right up in there. Okay, and if there's not enough voltage to that ECM, well, the fuel pump won't work, and if the fuel pump don't work, it won't fire. Like I said, I heard it fire a couple times. Alright, so most of the panels are here. This one like has been trimmed, or I believe it's been trimmed. This one here is good. Do need some of the push pin things that hold these together. It's got a really nice speaker system. We don't know if it works or not. There's a storage area up in front right here. Looks like we got a crack right there. Some straps for the hooks. Alright, so this is a water cooled type of a deal. And there'll be your radiator cap. Handlebars. Bushings gone on the top. So we'll have to address that. Headlights right here, they're loose. Both sides. This one's nice and tight. This one up here, not sure if it's supposed to do that or not. The only panel that's really missing is this one right here for the ECM, and the panel on this side. Don't know what that looks like. Probably something goes around here and up there. Alright. And it looks like this has got like rubber grommets in here. Oh, here's one of the push pin deals. I could probably get those at Harbor Freight. This side's broken right here. Got a nice rack on the back, it's nice and solid. Not sure what this here is. We're gonna find out though. And it has no brakes. Pretty sure there should be something in there. And that's probably empty or no good. The sight glass is broken. So I would say both. Alright. Sorry, that'd be that over there is for the fronts. This is the rear. Same deal. Should have some resistance there, but it don't. Alright. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to take this off, I'm going to take this fuel tank off, and get to this throttle body, get it off, get the cable off, and see if we can find out what's holding that up. Maybe in the meantime, we'll also check the fuel pump, make sure that's working. Okay, so here's where we sit right now. Right down in here. This is what's been getting sucked into the throttle body. Not so sure about that. Only that, but there is a vent, actually this vent, that kind of set up here like that, went down to the belt, right? And this is what was in there. This kind of stuff. So I can pretty much guarantee I'm gonna need a belt eventually, and or a clutch. Clutch is. Here's our fuel pump right here. There's 2 bolts back here for the tank. It sits up under here. So I'll just take this clamp off and this hose should come off and I should be able to pull the tank out. So that's where we're at the moment. I'm gonna take, alright, so here's your throttle position sensor right here. I know that because it's like right there. Okay. When we get this throttle body off, we'll see how far up this trash got up. And then we'll see what kind of unforeseeable damage we'll have. So I got the throttle body off, and if you can see up in here, still has grit. Not too bad, but that's not saying how much has already been through there. The throttle body itself is pretty dirty. This side be the intake side on both sides. Alright, so when it comes to the cable seems to move freely, but the butterfly inside there, it's like hung up or something. The guy I got this from said he had it soaking. I don't know what he had it soaking in, but the cable looks alright. I do have an extra one he had, so maybe when we go to put this all back together, I'll just put the new one in, be done with that. Other than that, like a usual ATV, it's full of dirt and leaves and everything like that. There's your radiator. I take half the thing apart just to get at all this stuff. And this fuel tank, it goes all the way down to here, right? So I think I need to, in order to get that off, yeah, I'm gonna have to take this bracket off to pull that out, which I think I'm gonna want to do anyway, because I think I want to go ahead and flush that tank. But I'm not gonna do that right now. Really, before this video ends, I want to take a look at that throttle body and see why it's hanging up. I have the throttle body in the building right here. Took this bottom cover off. As you can see, there's all kinds of gunk up in here. This will all be cleaned up. and I believe there's a gasket right there. None of these screws were tight, so that led me to believe that you know, a bunch of moisture has gotten up in here, right? And by looking at it, I mean, the throttle body itself is what's the problem. So the cable is not, which is good. So we're going to take this cable out of here. Right? Flip this forward. And then you can see how rusty it is. I can see it, but you can't. Oh my gosh. Alright. Here we go. There we are. This little piece right here with a slot in it. Get that out. I mean, that thing is nasty looking, you know. Alright, I'll get this cable out of here, get it out of the equation. And it's actually moving freely, as you can see here. Right? So, that's not the problem. This is the problem. The light will show it to you. I mean, this here is all rusted up. It's all rusted up. I'm going to take this thing completely apart. I'm going to take this, I think I'm taking this out to torque spring. Throttle position sensor out. There's 2 screws right here for the butterfly, and I believe this comes apart, and then this will come apart, and then we'll stick it into our handy dandy sonic cleaner and see what we can do with it. There's some damage right there. I might get a new one of these. Alright, let me get that throttle position sensor off and get this thing all tore apart. Alright, so it's way too carboned up in here. Don't want to come apart. I don't want to bend anything, so I guess I'm leaving that in. Hopefully the sonic cleaner will take care of it. Hopefully. But, you know, if it gets to a point, I mean, like right there, even get a little help, it'll go back. But yeah, it is not happy at all. Okay, let me get the solution worked up, and I'm gonna throw it in there, and when it's all clean, we'll see what happens. Well, here's where we're at on the Polaris Sportsman 700, and that is, well, I managed to get it pulled from behind my building up here. That's progress, right? All right, we have electrical problems up the wazoo. We have most likely a bad fuel pump. The reason why I say that is because it has power to it, it's just not working. Okay, I'll just bring you in and you can see what I'm faced with. Okay, so number one thing, all of you mechanics or wannabe, is this: don't ever do that. Don't ever pierce the wire, ever. All right, the wire's still good in this case, but I do have I have voltage to the pump, but I don't have any pumping. Right? All right, so next thing is, if you can't fix it right, don't even try. Twisting wires together is not fixing it. I'm gonna have to fix that. So what am I end up doing? I'm gonna go ahead and get me a new fuel pump right up here. I'm gonna get a new fuel filter, and hopefully this thing will fire off. I have a good feeling it will, because, well, when I cranked it with the ignition on, if I shot brake clean or something flammable in there, it fired off and it ran. Okay. All right. So the other thing is that I thought I had the throttle situation fixed, but it is not. So I'm gonna end up getting a different throttle body for this. If you remember, it sits right up in there. Okay. I'll get a new throttle body for that, and fuel pump and a filter. Fix that, the obvious wiring problems. I do have one taillight though. You know, that gives me hope. Then after that we can work on brakes. Hopefully, if it moves. Anyway, this is RC Mechanic Garage. I wanted to get this thing running for y'all today in this episode, but just doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Alright, I'm gonna have to order some stuff. I'll have to get some stuff. We can tackle it some more. When it comes to these ATVs, my experience in the past has been, well, anything can happen, right? It's almost like working on a Jeep. Trail fix, yeah. It's permanently temporary, yeah. All right, so if you like this video, you want to see more of it, we're going to call it part 2 coming up. Part 2 will be coming up, and hopefully we will get this thing to run. I have a really good feeling it will. Not sure how long, but it'll run. And yeah, my wife can just tool around the yard with it. All right, so thank you for watching so much. I appreciate you all, and remember to like, subscribe, and leave any comments on anything on this or any other videos, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.